Hi, I'm Dr. Karen Perkins, and we are live in Newport Beach at the Speaking Empire Amplify event. And I am with one of the most brilliant women I have ever met. And this is Dr. Anastasia Chopelas, and she is the scientific healer. She takes the science into the things that you need to do with healing as well. But she is absolutely brilliant. And I know I cannot do justice to all of the things that you do, other than I've done several of her programs. Tell us a little bit more about what you do, the scientific healer, and just the marvel behind it.
Well, I spent 40 years as a physics researcher and professor, and I studied vibrations of matter under all kinds of conditions. And what it did is it allowed me to understand how waves and waveforms, light, sound interact with matter. And I'm also many generations psychic healer from both sides of my family. So this confluence, like almost a walking oxymoron, is that it allowed me, after I turned 60, it allowed me to become a full-time healer. I'd been doing healing before, but I started it full-time. So I work with people in two ways. I either work with you privately or in groups to help you raise your frequency, get your health going, making you feel really awesome, energetic. What it does often is reverse or shrink cancer tumors, reverse kidney disease, help asthmatics, help with Asperger's, dementia, all things that they say are not curable.
Right.
So then the other way I work with people is I teach them how to heal. Mm-hmm. So I have a number of healers that have gone through my programs that have said to me, your stuff really works. I know a lot of healers, said one just last week. I know a lot of healers, and your little tools are so effective that they just absolutely work, that they're nothing short of miraculous. So that's the way I work with people. I develop my own protocols because of my science background, and I'm one of those really, really curious people, and I have to know how it works. And then when I figure it out, I pass it on.
And she does, and she is marvelous at how she passes it on. Now, we are at the Speaking Empire Amplify event, and you and I did meet through Speaking Empire,
right.
A few years ago.
Yes.
And I've learned, and I know you've shared with me some of the great things you've learned. If you were to share one wow you've gotten from Speaking Empire, especially at this Amplify event, what would it be?
Well, the Amplify event, the thing that really struck me is that I have courses online, I have membership sites, but I've never created a box. And I got convinced to put a box together, a really sexy, beautiful box, kind of like the experience of opening your iPhone and or your iPad or your iMac or whatever.
Yeah.
And creating a real experience with, the tactile. A lot of people like tactile. But in general, I've been a professor for so many years that I knew how to teach. But I didn't know how to take that knowledge and turn it into a really good sales pitch. Mm-hmm. So I started working with Speaking Empire a little more than 3 years ago. I put on my first event, and within 2 months, and I sold 50% of the room and made all my money back.
That's
and
amazing.
More, right? So then I thought, is this repeatable? And I did it again and did the same thing again and made even more money because I raised the price of my products. And I just sat there as I watched people rushing to the back of the room. I'm going, holy cow, this stuff really works. So it's a scientific formula, right? There's a scientific formula to bringing people to a high frequency state to allow them to receive this information and to put it to use.
Well, and with the scientific formula, what you teach really is a formula. If we follow it, our lives are better. We're healthier, we can change all kinds of things in our lives. And she's marvelous to work with, and I know because I have. But Anastasia, I know how to get in touch with you, but how do all of our friends here get in touch with you?
Well, the best way to get in touch with me is go to ScientificHealer.com, and there's a link that's called Let's Talk at the top, and it allows you to set an appointment to speak with me. or you can hit the contact link and write me a little message, and I respond to everything. And I'm on all the social media. So you type in Scientific Healer on Instagram. What else do I have? LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. It's all there.
Well, and it's easy to remember Scientific Healer because she really does put the science behind that. And she is delightful, and everybody, I strongly suggest you go work with Anastasia because she will change your life. Anastasia, it's always a joy to be with you. And I just adore you.
Thank you so much. I adore you too.